Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to our channel. Now it's Beijing time, 9:30 a.m. Um, Now I'm going to report the latest coronavirus pandemic real-time big data report. The data is updated to 20th of March 2020, 9:29 a.m. Beijing time. Now let's have a look for the data in mainland China. We can see that the confirmed diagnosis cases number 6,763, which is 675 less than yesterday, and the cumulative diagnosis number is 81,300. It's 65 years more than yesterday, and the suspected cases is only 104, which is 31 more than yesterday. We can see that these suspected cases slightly goes up, and the cumulative diagnosis number slightly goes up as well, which means still some new diagnosis confirmed cases. And the cumulative cure cases 71,284, which is 737 more than yesterday. Existing severe cases 2,133, which is 178 less than yesterday. Cumulative death cases 3,253, which is 3 more than yesterday. We can see that the severe cases much lesser than yesterday, and the death cases only very little bit more than yesterday, only 3 new death cases. So which means the Chinese government and the China medical system are really doing a good work, because they save people's life. Only very few people die with this new coronavirus now. Probably they find the right medicine and the right way to treat people, because we can see that a lot of severe cases transfer to these cure cases. Okay, now let's have a look for the infection maps. We can see that many province has already been cleaned out of this new coronavirus, because we can see that many provinces are white, which means no any coronavirus. Okay, now let's move on to have a look for the new confirmed suspected cure deaths trend nationwide. Yeah, the data is updated to 19th of March. We can see that the overall the new added confirmed case is 65, and the new suspected case is 31, and the new cure case is 737, and the added death case is only 3. So which means the situation in China is getting better and better day after day, and the data is updated to 19th of March, which is yesterday. Okay, now let's have a look for the new confirmed cases nationwide, Hubei and non-Hubei province. We can see that the data updated to 19th of March, nationwide 65, Hubei 0, and non-Hubei 65. As we mentioned before, probably most of the cases are import cases now, because people are coming back to China from all over the world. And we can see that Hubei province has no any new added confirmed cases, which means the situation in Hubei is under control now, because no any new added cases. Okay, now let's move on to have a look for the data in different regions of China. We can see that Hubei province has no any new added cases, and the overall cumulative diagnosis cases 67,800, and the QSA cases 58,381, and the death cases 3,132. Because no any new diagnosis cases in any city in Hubei province, so I'm not going to report the data one by one. You can just have a look for the data by yourself. I will just slowly slow down the video. If you are interested in any of these cities, you can just pause this video and have a look by yourself. Okay, now let's move on to have a look for cities and province outside Hubei province. We can see that Guangdong province has 14 new diagnosis cases. Cumulative diagnosis cases 1,392, and the cure cases 1,322, and 8 people died. As we mentioned, probably Guangdong, some of the cases are import cases, but we also got the information from the public media. Some of the patients who've been recovery from the hospital, discharged from the hospital, they return to positive. So people need to be very careful about this. Some patients might probably have the potential to return to positive. From the official data, we can see that those number is around 70% in Guangdong province, which means 17% patients who discharge from hospital will return to a positive patient. So that gives us a question mark about the way that the Ingerians doing, because they want to get the immune system to the whole community. Is it a good way? We have a question mark about this. Okay, all the other provinces have more than 1,000 cumulative diagnoses remain the same: Henan, Zhejiang, and Hunan. And we can see that one new added cases in Zhejiang as well. And Shandong province has one new confirmed cases. Sichuan has one, Beijing has 6, Heilongjiang has one, and Shanghai has 8. As we mentioned, probably because Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangdong are more people coming in from outside China, so that contribute for these new diagnosis cases. And Guangxi has one, Shanxi has one, Hong Kong has 16. Once again, because many people transfer their air from Hong Kong, so we can see that Hong Kong will have more new diagnosis cases, and many people come back to Hong Kong as well. And Tianjin has one, Gansu has one, and Liaoning has one, and Taiwan has 8. Macau has 2, and which makes Macau the overall cumulative diagnosis number to 17. Macau is really doing a good job, as we mentioned many times, because they keep the number 10 for such a long time. But now probably because people coming back to Macau, so increase the number a little bit. Okay, now that's the overall data in mainland China. Now I'm going to report the data out of China about this pandemic coronavirus. We can see that the overall confirmed diagnosis cases outside is 139,498. So the situation out of China is really bad, and it's getting worse and worse day after day. And the cumulative diagnosis case number is 163,444. And the cumulative cure cases 17,169. And the cumulative death cases is already 6,777. I feel very sad to see this number, and I know people all living all over the world now are scared about this new coronavirus because it's so dangerous and it spreads very fast. So be careful and try to protect yourself and your family. If you can, try to work from home, don't go out. And I would suggest more company allow people to work from home instead of going into the office and infected each other. So now let's have a look for the new diagnosis trend at home and abroad, which means China and out of China. We can see that the data is updated to 18th of March. Domestic means in China 65 new diagnosis cases. Foreign means out of China 15,084 new diagnosis cases. We can see that the gaps between foreign and domestic it's getting bigger and bigger, which means the situation out of China is getting worse and worse day after day. Hopefully this number will not go up again. Okay, now let's have a look for the data in each specific countries. We can see that Europe is the most severe continent all over the world now. It has overall 109,868 cumulative diagnosis cases, and today has 17,539 new diagnosis cases, and the cure cases 7,350, death cases 5,007. Italy is the most severe country in Europe. It has 5,322 new diagnosis cases, 41,035 cumulative diagnosis cases, and 4,440 people discharged from hospital, but 3,405 people died with this new coronavirus. And it's very sad that we see the mortality rate still going up in Italy, because now the number is 8.259, which is 8.3% of people die with this new coronavirus in Italy. So be careful. Don't think that this coronavirus is just a normal flu. Anyone will be infected by this new coronavirus, and anyone could change to a severe situation. And it's very hard to save people who's in severe situation. Be careful. So don't think that it's just like a flu. It's not a flu. It's a coronavirus, and the death rate is very high. Okay, let's have a look for Spain. Spain has 3,431 new diagnosis cases, overall 18,077 cumulative diagnoses. And Germany has 2,993 new diagnoses, 15,320 cumulative. France, 1,861 new diagnoses, 10,995 cumulative diagnoses. So we can see that in Europe, the situation is very bad, because almost none of the country in Europe can avoid this new coronavirus. I'm not going to report all the data and each country one by one. You can just pause this video and have a look for the data by yourself. Once again, if you like our channel, please make sure you click the subscribe button, and we will give you an update as soon as possible. I'm very sorry that I didn't update the data for 2 days, because so busy for these 2 days, but I will try my best to update the data. I know many people like this data and like this video. If you do like it, can you give me a like and subscribe to our channel? Thank you very much. Now let's have a look for another continent. Let's move to Asia. Here Asia means countries out of China, not including China. We can see that Asia has overall 674 new diagnosis cases, overall 34,135 cumulative diagnosis cases, 9,332 people discharged, 1,485 people died. Iran didn't update their data yet, but the cumulative diagnosis number in Iran's 18,407. 5,979 people discharged from hospital, 1,284 people died with this new coronavirus. And Korea has 87 new diagnosis cases, 8,652 cumulative diagnosis cases, 2,233 people discharged, 94 people died. Japan didn't update the data yet, has 956 cumulative diagnoses, 262 cure, 33 people died with this new coronavirus. We got the information from the media today. One of the Iran's topics people said that people keep dying in Iran every 10 minutes. It's very sad to see this news. Whole people in Iran not going to die anymore, because with this new coronavirus, because we feel very sad about this. Okay, I'm not going to report all the other countries one by one. You can just have a look by yourself. Okay, now let's move on. We have a look for North America. We can see that North America has grown a lot. As we mentioned many times before, probably one of the reasons that America are now testing more people. So we can see that the number in America is growing up very fast. We can see that the overall cumulative diagnosis number in America is 13,920. 121 people discharged, 214 people died. And we got the news Canada and United States, they banned each other this morning. Okay, let's move on to another continent. South America has 515 new diagnosis cases, over 1,815. 17 people discharged, 16 people died. Oceania has 131 new diagnosis cases, over 805. Most of the new diagnosis cases from Australia, which is 120, and overall 756 cumulative diagnoses in Australia. 43 people discharged, 7 people died. We can see that one more death cases in Australia. New Zealand has 11 new diagnosis cases, 39 cumulative diagnosis cases, and Africa has 234 new diagnosis cases, over 797 diagnosis cases. I'll just expand the South America for you guys so that you can also have for all the countries in South America. Okay, that's the overall data about this new coronavirus pandemic all over the world. If you like our channel, once again, please make sure you subscribe to our channel. Give us a like. Thank you very much. Goodbye.